Hogwarts Legacy is breaking records, and the game hasn't even come out yet. I wanted to discuss why this game's doing so well. I did want to make some predictions about any of the game awards that will likely get nominated for or win, given the commercial success that's already taking place. I did want to mention how I don't think the boycott has had an effect on this game in a negative way. It actually seems to be helping it. So I'm going to break all that down right here at the beginning of the video for you. I'm going to mention the records that are being broken. These will likely get broken again over the weekend since it is actually officially the Hogwarts Legacy release date. If you like these kind of breakdowns and talk shows, hit subscribe and the bell button so that way you don't miss my live shows when they happen. So what exactly is going on? How many records are being broken? And, you know, what does this mean for the game's success, given that it actually hasn't even launched on old-gen systems, it's not on the Switch yet, and it hasn't actually officially launched yet. Many people are saying this is somewhat unprecedented, given the fact that it's basically an early access game due to deluxe edition pre-orders if you did it. So, the Twitch viewership and the Steam concurrent player records that are being broken are actually pretty impressive when you look at everything. There is some context to the viewership that I do want to make mention of, but it will likely get even higher over the weekend. So keep in mind, this is for single-player games, which actually makes the numbers more impressive to a certain degree. Added to that, without the game officially launching yet, we could be seeing greater numbers over the weekend. So what's going on? So Game Rant had sort of the report and the breakdown on this. Hogwarts Legacy officially broke the Twitch record as the most watched single-player game with 1.3 million viewers on February the 7th. The last game that broke this record was Cyberpunk 2077 with 1.14 million viewers in 2020. Now, viewership is not the sole indicator of a game being successful, right? A game being successful and having tons of viewers doesn't necessarily mean it's selling well or it's popular, but there's a whole lot more that I want to look at, okay? It is not being officially launched. That could have added intrigue. That could have added interest. People are like, well, I don't know if I want to play it. I don't know if I want to order it. People have early access. That's going to drive interest up. I don't think that's a large contributing factor, but I would say that might be a contributing factor, okay? Also, you have to consider there were drops enabled over on the purple platform that typically inflates viewership. We saw that with games like Warframe. We saw that with games like Lost Ark. When they do those drops, viewership tends to go way, way up. Now, what did the drops offer? Where there were 5 in-game items you could get if you watch for 2 hours within a 3-week period. So that's not really going to maintain the numbers that we saw, but we do know drops drive viewership. People just sort of passively sit there hoping to get the drops, and that can make the numbers go up. They also did a split. 4 of the items came from watching partnered streams, and then you could also get a 5th item, Merlin's Cloak, if you watched Avalanche Software early access or their launch stream. So you can get more drops if you'd like. Now, for context and comparison, I think it is important to compare just how well this game did as a single-player game. The actual concurrent record belongs to League of Legends with 3.1 million viewers. That is obviously huge, but you have to consider the fact that this is a single-player game in early access that got half of that. That's impressive. League is a monster. League is endemic to the purple platform, and it's a multiplayer game. Multiplayer games tend to do better in the grand scheme of viewership. There's more excitement, there's more intrigue, there's more reasons to watch. So getting close to half of that when the game's not out yet and it's a single-player game is impressive. Now, we're going to keep an eye on these records over the weekend. Once the game officially launches, it will likely see bigger numbers because you can continue to get those drops. Now, let's talk about Steam numbers. So we're not just talking about like, oh, hey, people are watching, people are interested. What's going on over at Steam? The current all-time high player count for Hogwarts is 489,000, okay? So basically 500,000 people, right? They're 10K shy of 500,000 for their all-time record. You can't even go to the game right now and see review scores on Steam because it's in early access. Its launch date hasn't officially happened yet, but you can still look at the Steam charts. So 500,000 people were playing this game at the exact same time. That's what concurrent player numbers mean. Those numbers are usually very impressive for multiplayer games because multiplayer games need tons of people to play at the same time, right? So that is actually another very impressive number. As a point of comparison, it actually surpassed Dota 2 at one point, and Dota 2 usually hovers around 500 to 600 million concurrent players on Steam. So this hit numbers similar to Dota 2, okay, on Steam. Now, if this is a barometer or an indication of sales, this game is set to do very well commercially. This many people were playing it once. That means way more people bought it at the early access, at the deluxe edition. And if that many people bought it and can play now, you have to really wonder what's going to happen when it hits the official launch date. What's going to happen when it hits the old gen consoles and the Nintendo Switch? If enough people pre-ordered the deluxe edition to get close to 500 million concurrent players, right? I'm sorry, not 500 million, 500,000. 500,000, 500,000. I'm getting my numbers confused, right? 500 million would be insane. So Dota, I misspoke. My notes are wrong. Oh my goodness. Dota typically hovers in the 500 to 600,000 range. 500 to 600,000 range, about 500,000. That was what I was intending to say. 500, 600 million would be absolutely insane. 500 to 600,000 players typically play Dota, about 500,000. This game is there. And if that's a barometer or an indication of the game's sales and its success, it's going to do very well commercially. You have to consider that enough people ordered the game to get the concurrent numbers to 500,000. Enough people ordered the game deluxe edition pre-ordered to get the number to 500,000. That's a ton of people. That's not typical. I don't think you'll find that to be typical in game launches and pre-orders, okay? Currently, if you look away from Steam, because you can't see reviews, you can't see, critics or anything like that, there are 1,300 total user reviews on Metacritic. Now, that's across all three platforms. That's PC, that's Xbox Series X and S, and that's PS5. So 1,300 users have reviewed it on Metacritic, and it currently has an average of 8.9. So it basically has an average of 9 across those three platforms. Now, people were sort of asserting and claiming that the press was praising it because they were Harry Potter fans. There were people that were saying that, oh, they're giving it good scores because they're Harry Potter fans. I don't necessarily think we can look at Metacritic and claim that that's true. There seems to be a very consistent scoring going on there. Now, we are seeing that not as many press release codes went out, fewer than Forspoken according to SkillUp. And if you look at Metacritic, there are fewer official critic numbers than we saw for Forspoken. Now, that number might go up as the weeks go on. They didn't give a ton of people pre-release coverage of the game. I think for Forspoken, it was because the game was in a rough state. Go look at the Metacritic scores for Forspoken, and there's all the proof you need as to why they limited how many people got early access. I'm not seeing evidence of that with Hogwarts. I'm not having issues of performance myself. PS5 performance mode is running totally fine. The lowest average score is the PC platform right now. If you go look at Metacritic, it has an 84 from the critics and an 8.5 from the users. That's actually pulling the score down because both the consoles, the PS5 and the Series X, have a 9.1. So we're hearing that the PC is having problems, right? There are performance issues. Now, we've been hearing people saying it runs terribly and it runs like dog water on PC. Well, I don't, if that's the case, then Steam will tell us that, okay? We will get to see Steam reviews over the weekend. We saw with Callisto. We saw with Forspoken. If you launch with performance problems, the Steam user base will absolutely shred you. So we will keep an eye on that over the weekend. I think the problems on PC are largely being overstated. I think people are being reductionist. They're like, oh, people are only giving it a high score to be mean or hateful, whatever, or because they're Harry Potter fans. I don't think you're averaging an 8.9 from 1,300 people because it's just a bunch of Harry Potter fans, especially, again, if you look at the concurrent player numbers and the viewership numbers. All of these things are corroborating the fact that this game is going to be very, very successful. Okay, so we will look at those Steam numbers over the weekend. So what are some conclusions that we can come to? I have some things that I would like to say at the end here. One of them does concern the boycott, and because I don't want to avoid talking about that too much. We're not going to do a show about that. I'm not going to have a thumbnail and a title about the insanity of Twitter. That's well at hand. All you got to do is spend 5 minutes on the platform. But we said that a Harry Potter game was going to be an incredibly strong game, and we were right. Many speculated, hey, do you think this game is going to sell better than the Star Wars game or the Spider-Man game? Because obviously Spider-Man and Star Wars are enormous IPs. They're well recognizable. And I said, I honestly don't think anybody's going to be able to compete with Hogwarts this year, if for any reason, because it's landing on so many platforms. Jedi Survivor is only landing on next-gen consoles, so that's going to limit it. And then Spider-Man is only landing on the PS5. So as far as commercial success goes, the only game that stands to potentially rival this game commercially could be maybe Zelda. I don't even know if Final Fantasy 16 will be able to rival it. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, that one also has a limited footprint of release, which will make it harder for it to hit high numbers, okay? I think it's clear that Hogwarts Legacy stands to be one of the top sellers this year, especially if the old-gen consoles and the Switch can run well, right? If we're not looking at a cyberpunk-level situation and Hogwarts Legacy lands on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the Nintendo Switch, and it's playable, if it's enjoyable, if it can get like a 7.5 average on those platforms that people are like, yes, it's fine if it gets like a 7.5 to an 8, this thing is going to absolutely dominate those platforms. There are so many PlayStation 4s in circulation. There's an astronomical number of Nintendo Switches in circulation. So Hogwarts Legacy stands to probably be the top-selling game of the year if it can land on those consoles well, okay? This will be, I think, the biggest and sort of commercial and critical question mark. Will this be another Cyberpunk, right? That's the biggest question mark about the critical acclaim of this game. It's the biggest question mark about the commercial success of this game. Will it be able to essentially not have that cyberpunkian launch on the old systems? Because that's all people will talk about at that point. They'll say, you limited the scope and the release of this to avoid the bad press, and now you got all this commercial success. Like, that would be an insane amount of impact on people that are, trying to buy the game. The second thing that I would say is, what about Game Award nominations? I've been getting this question a lot. They're like, hey, you've put a bunch of time in. Where do you think this game's going to land in Game Award nominations? I think the most likely nomination and victory, the one they're going to win, will be art direction. I do. I think that's the one they're both going to get the nomination for, and I think they're likely to win that nomination. They will win that category. The design of the Hogwarts Wizarding School, it just goes beyond basic passion. It is intricate. It is accurate. It is overwhelming in size and depth. The detail, the depth, the breadth, the fact that you can literally get lost. And I thought that before I even got into the room of requirement. This game will likely get a nomination for art direction, but I also think it will win that category. I think the only game that really stands in the way of art direction with Hogwarts Legacy is maybe Final Fantasy 16. We've seen the trailers, we've heard good things, we've heard that Final Fantasy 16 is going to show us the true power of the PS5, so we are likely to see a very visually impressive game, and the art style of Final Fantasy 16 in the trailers is very, very nice looking. I think it stands to probably win that category, but I think it's probably Hogwarts category to lose. I also think the original score will get a nomination. It'll maybe even win that category. I think it's at a movie level of quality. I think that's rare in video games. I think it's becoming more common in video games, but I do think this stands to win that category as well. Likely, Final Fantasy 16 will be standing there in the way of them winning that category because Final Fantasy soundtracks typically get nominations, and they are typically beloved. The RPG category will be a tough one. You've got Jedi Survivor, you've got Diablo 4, and you have Final Fantasy 16. So in my mind, I think you're probably looking at a nomination for RPG, but not a victory. I don't think Hogwarts quite has the RPG depth to go toe-to-toe with those big titles. The action or the action-adventure category, I think there will be a nomination. I think it will get nominated for one of the best action games of the year, but that's likely to go to Zelda. Zelda's Tears of the Kingdom is going to be a tough one to beat in some of these categories. Lastly, I think Game of the Year will get a nomination. I think there were people that were doubting this title. I think when it first came out, they thought there's no way this thing even gets a nomination. It looks too basic. Its commercial impact, its record-breaking stance, its acclaim, its reception, I think this will get nominated for Game of the Year. I don't think it will win, but I definitely think it's going to land higher in the history of games than many people thought it was going to. I don't think this is just some throwaway, cheesy, not great graphics kid game for Harry Potter fans. I don't think that. I think that's dismissive and reductionist, typically voiced by people who are likely angry at the game, likely boycotting the game. I think it will, in fact, get a nomination for Game of the Year. I think there is enough here to warrant that. I do think the Game of the Year category is going to be so full, it might not make it because of that. Like, if there's a reason it doesn't make it, it'll be because there's so many big games coming this year. But I see it being up there as one of the 5 or 6 games that get nominated. It depends on how many they're willing to nominate. Rissick, I will thank you for the 20 bomb in just a second. Now, one of the reasons that I think people weren't giving this thing a fair shake, or they're quick to hate on it, or quick to dismiss it, is because there is controversy, in quotations. There is controversy surrounding this title, if you live on Twitter. I believe this is one of the points I do want to make this morning. I believe the boycott probably helps more than it hurt. I've been thinking about this. I've been kind of analyzing the behavior and what people have been doing, and I don't really have a desire to make a video or a title or a thumbnail about this situation. I didn't even want to talk about it, but if we're talking about record-breaking, if we're talking about its commercial stance, I can't ignore the boycott, okay? I have no problem saying that the boycott and the behavior from streamers and some of the press has been embarrassing, juvenile, toxic, and reprehensible. I don't think people are being nice about it. I don't think they're winning anybody to their side. I think they're being nasty, horrible people, and they're using this as a moment to show the world who they really are, right? At multiple levels, I think the boycott has helped this game with free press, and the Streisand effect was on full display, okay? The name of the game was trending on Twitter and trending on social media for like weeks. They didn't even have to tweet. They didn't have to put videos out. They didn't have to say a word, okay? There were many people that were potentially driven to this game and maybe even considered supporting it because it's fun to cheer for a side. It's fun to go into sort of a us versus you mentality and win. We do this with sports. We do this with politics. We do this with the console that you choose to play on, right? Everybody likes to be on a side. It makes you feel cool, and you like to see your side win. When you make buying or not buying a game a cultural battle line, it will actually lead to more sales, I think, because many will likely buy it and play it in secret. I think many of the people posturing on Twitter are likely buying it and playing it in secret because they're huge Harry Potter fans, and they're probably like, listen, I can tweet and then go play it and nobody will know, right? I also think there are other people who will buy it and play it just because they want to choose a side. People like to choose a side. People like to vote in polls. People like to get in debates and discussions and arguments. I mean, if you spend 5 minutes on Twitter or Reddit or even my YouTube chat, you will see people enjoying disagreement, enjoying having a battle and having a fight. Choosing a side is something that people enjoy doing. Tribalism in gaming is not a new concept, okay? It's not new. Tribalism in gaming is common. We see it all the time. This is just another expression of anti-intellectual hive mind behavior that will be a distant memory a year from now. I think people will look back in a year and say, that didn't even blip. It wasn't even a radar blip. It was nothing. It had virtually no impact on the game's commercial success. If anything, it helped the game's commercial success. My conclusion, all right, here's my conclusion about this game. I will continue to play and cover this game because it has far exceeded my expectations. I am on record numerous times. I kept saying this over and over again. I wanted to drill it in people's heads that this would be a bigger and deeper RPG than people expected. I said there's going to be headlines. It's a surprisingly deep RPG. It's a surprisingly big and deep RPG. I kept saying that over and over again. I wanted to be on record as being like, I think there's something bigger here than many people realize. I don't think people realize just how large this game is going to be. I don't think people realize how ambitious they were about this title. I saw greatness in this game from moment one. I thought there is something here. They really push this game beyond what many people were expecting, okay? The ongoing online live service potential, I believe, is here. I think it's one of the reasons my Spidey sense got so activated really early on. I thought, I don't know, there's something here. There's something beneath the surface. I have covered live service games. I obviously have very strong opinions about live service games and ongoing games because of my history with another game, and I think that's one of the reasons my Spidey sense has been tingling from the very beginning. Like, something's going on with this game. There is something more to Hogwarts Legacy. If the support and the community is there, I will continue to dive into this game, and hopefully they continue to support and build out the universe, because I think it's off to a very strong MMO-esque start, okay? It's not officially launched. It's a single-player game, and it's having a start that kind of feels like an MMO. It's like, wow, there's a lot of people playing. Wow, there's a lot of people buying this game and diving in. So it is a single-player game for now. That's my belief. That's my show open. That's my thoughts on the record-breaking of Hogwarts Legacy. Thank you guys so much. So many people watching over on the Tickety Talk. 3.6K likes already and like 70-something people watching. This topic always brings the people over here on the Tickety Talk. The open world's not that big. Stories do. Okay, yeah, we already have a hater, and goodbye. Thanks for helping the game continue to succeed. Clay wrote a derp with 10 months of membership on YouTube. That's a great renewal. If you guys enjoyed the show open, if you enjoyed my monologue, smash that like button. We got almost 500 people here, and we're off to an amazing start. We got 20 gifted members from my man Rissick. So I'm really thankful that you guys are all here this morning. You got a chance to get a membership. Who wants to be the first coffee order of the day? And there's 5 from Lazaro, and there's 5 from Jatoak, pushing us over the goal. It's going to be one of those days, huh? Is that what's going on? It's going to be one of those days. I already owe you 5. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait and see how high you guys can get this. I like doing it near the end of the show. It rewards the more loyal viewers who were here for more than just a few minutes. That's our new strategy of saying, hey, I like gifting members and paying it forward, but it's way more likely to go to one of our loyal community members if I wait to do that. So I already owe you 5. Keep that going. And we are doing a sale on the holiday blend of coffee. Use code GETFRICKED, and you will get a 20% discount on our Frickmas blend all throughout the month of February. There's one more member, Jericho. Thanks so much for hitting the join button and joining in. Over 500 people are watching. Let's set our sights on 300 likes. If you've not smashed that thumbs up button, smash it now. It's times like this I wish Unfiltered Contrast still existed. Despite being a huge Harry Potter fan, Cody doesn't like the game. I'm actually not surprised that he doesn't like the game. He's pretty picky. I didn't think he was going to like Hellblade, and he ended up liking it, right? Yeah, Kyle, you're allowed to say if you don't like it. Your honest take after 8 hours. If you don't like it after 8 hours, listen, I don't think everybody's going to like this game. I really don't. And here's why. This is going to sound really weird. Oh my gosh. Another 20 members, taking us to 51 on the day. Online MVP, dropping a 20-member bomb on chat. I'm not going to read the names because I want to keep the discussion going. If your name is in chat and you just got a member, I got a treat for you. Number one, we have a members-only Discord, and we do lots of members-only streams, behind-the-scenes stuff. My wife and I are going to do a stream tonight. I'm going to have her play some Hogwarts for you guys. If you're a Harry Potter fan, it will likely be hilarious. I'm going to have her start a character, design the character. I'm going to have her get sorted. It's going to be hysterical. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss tonight. It's going to be awesome. You'll be streaming Hogwarts tonight. You'll tweet it out. Well, thanks for promoting your own content in my stream. That's not classy. Jericho has gifted 5 members as well. Jericho says, I'm going to jump in as a member, and then I'm going to pay it forward and gift 5 more. Thank you so much, Jericho, for doing that. You are the best. Wonder what the odds are of it becoming a multiplayer game. I am telling you, man, there is something special about this game. There is something more. Where is the Discord? So the name of my channel that you're watching right now over here on the Tickety Talk is Reforge TV. It's the same thing in Discord. Discord.gg/Reforge TV. So if you're familiar with Discord, the name of our server is Reforge TV. Now, when I stream on YouTube, it's under Reforge Gaming. So if you'd like to watch on YouTube, I'm going to do a show later with my boy 30 and Still Gaming. You won't be able to watch it here on the Tickety Talk. You got to go to YouTube for that because I don't have a stream key over here yet. Yo, my man Jatoak with 17 months. I would have loved if this game was a shared world. Still dope, though. A $5 tip from Lazaro. Hogwarts is getting DLC. The additional content options already in the menu. You called it. I don't know if that additional content button is for the deluxe edition stuff, Lazaro. Because didn't they say if you don't order the deluxe edition, you can, like, get it later? Didn't they say that? Let me start the scene switcher timer so that my, there we go. You guys want to see my shirt? Another dope shirt from Into the AM. My daughter pointed at his cassette tape when the shirt showed up, and she said, "What's that?" And I thought, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Jojo79 with 8 months as a member here on YouTube, and NC with a $2 tip through Super Chat. You're welcome. I'll give you a shout out too. Okay. Generally speaking, it's just not a good idea to promote your own content in somebody's stream, even if you shout me out. That's just, you're not going to win anybody over. I'm doing you a favor by saying this. Like, you know, most people would just ban you and be mean. But I'm telling you, you ain't going to win any fans. People are just going to look at you like, why would you do that? Like, you're going to be looked at kind of poorly if you do that. We get neglected in the Discord for $10. Yeah, they did. This guy named this. Join our members-only Discord that I don't read. Shut up, Barrier. Shut up. It's your fault. You guys are the ones that get off on the wrong subject sometimes. That's not my fault. A lot of people gave up 2 or 3 hours in, but they haven't got past the intro. Yeah, the thing that's funny about the intro is I actually think that's where you're going to lose people, and that's weird because I found the intro to be charming. I thought it was enjoyable. I thought, oh, this is awesome. There's so many like little intricate things in the world, in the school. I thought the way they delivered the dialogue was so concise, so effective. Again, it was charming. It just sets this atmosphere that, like, yeah, you're at the school, you're a new student. I think people that don't like the intro are probably the quest-oriented people, the task-oriented people, like the game rant people. They're like, there are just too many quests and too much dialogue. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's literally what the game is supposed to be. The game will get snubbed from a lot of awards. I don't think so. Review outlets aren't snubbing it. Look at all the gaming review outlets. Nobody is snubbing this, homie. They know. I think the tide is turning. People are slowly realizing you can ignore all that Twitter nonsense, bro. Cover it. Make your articles. Get your AdSense. You do you, boo-boo. These people will move on to something else in 2 weeks. They have no power. Trust me. I don't think this thing gets snubbed from Game Awards at all. What's good, Feed? I see you in the chat. I can't see Jeff putting this game on the awards for fear of backlash. I mean, he had Activision back the 1 year, and everybody gave him grief for it, and he did it anyway. Yo, Chris, thank you for renewing with a 17-month VIP membership over here on YouTube. Thank you, Tattoos, for renewing a 17-month member plus over here on YouTube. Tattoo says, well, with how well it was done as a single-player game, just imagine how badly it would break the internet if they make it a sequel into a live service. Yeah, imagine if I cover it like as a regular part of my content. How serendipitous would that be? Yo, a 3-bag Frickmas order of coffee. Thank you so much. Somebody ordered some coffee, but you didn't put a username, so I don't want to say your actual full name, but thank you for doing that. My man Chris said, I'm loving the game so much. Been a long time since I wanted to stay up late playing, on my mind during the workday, and it's what I want to do when I get home. And my man Jojo gifted a membership, and it went to Smiley. That is another member adding to the total. 57. I owe you guys 5 every 25. See how high you can get that, and I'll give them all at the end of this stream. Oh, that's you, Baker. Thank you, Baker, for buying the coffee. I appreciate that. Did you get your discount? Sometimes people are forgetting. You did your discount. Some people have been forgetting to do the discount, so thank you so much for doing that. We are 30 minutes into this stream, and we shot out of a cannon. There's over 500 people here on YouTube. Help us get to 300 likes if you haven't done so yet. Thanks for 4,000 likes over on the Tickety Talk. I think the fact that the people are bullying people because on purple is disgusting. I'm telling you, listen, I've said this before. Those people only have power if you give it to them. They have no power of their own. If people ignored them, banned them, blocked them, just let them keep clicking on your stream, your content, your tweets. Let them give you impressions. Let them give you clicks. They don't realize that they will lose this fight, and they already have. Hale with 8 months, and it's a VIP. I bought my PS5 just for this game, and it was a great choice. Loving the game so far. I'm glad you're having a good time, Kale. Here's the thing, says Mama Rad. So many people in and out of the LG community who support this game, too. Supporting the game doesn't mean anyone supports hateful comments, and most know that. Most people are, I think, intelligent enough to know that, Rad. I think they're intelligent enough to know that. There are people that worked on the game. There are people that work at the company. There's community managers. There's developers. There's engineers. There's people in marketing departments. I don't think a lot of people fall into this category. I think many people. This is what I think is hilarious about what happened. It's kind of like that scene in the movie where the mouthy little guy goes up to a group of people and is like, "Yeah, we're willing to fight you," and nobody's behind him. Like, he thinks that he's going to win. He thinks, oh, yeah, they've got my back. And then it's like, no, there's way more people that aren't on your side on this one. Now, they might be on your side on a big social level. Like, yes, I'm on your side. What she tweeted was nasty. But I'm not on your side after that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I get off the train. There's plenty of people like that. They're like, brother, I get off the train. I'm not going with you. I'm not going to willfully spoil the game. I'm not going to go mess with people in their streams. I'm going to buy the game and enjoy it, right? I think there's plenty of people that are like, I don't go that far, bro. I don't go that far. And then there are people who thoughtfully go farther, and they're like, I can't do it, right? I can't do it. My conscience won't let me do it. Okay, that's fine. I think the thoughtful people got drowned out. I do. I think the thoughtful people got drowned out. And I think toxic people use it, and they opportunistically used it to build their brand. I saw somebody taking issue with that last night. They're like, you're just using this to build the brand. It was literally a trans person. They were like, you're using this to build your brand. You don't give a frick about me. You don't give a frick about me. This is opportunism 101. And I think that's what's hijacked most of it, is just people using it as an opportunity to just be toxic and nasty. And fundamentally, that just drives more people to buy the game, right? Thank you for the 2-spot, Willie. Yeah, I think they fundamentally helped the game. I think they helped it. I think it trended on Twitter for 2 weeks straight because of these people that are like, I'm gonna pump up my brand and get impressions. Listen, if there's one thing I've learned about Twitter impressions and Twitter fame, it is vapor. It is vapor. In a week, what will you be about? What will your brand be about? Because this won't last. Even the game's popularity won't last if they don't do something ongoing with it, right? The game itself is crushing it. But in 2 months, if there's no ongoing content, if there's no DLC, this will be another distant memory in the goldfish brain of the internet. It'll just be another distant memory game. You know what I mean? Yeah, I agree with you, Eugene. I think that happens all the time now. I think this is a lesson for very many people. I think right now, anytime there's like a legitimate discussion to be had, or understanding or empathy that can be improved or increased, I think morons enter the discussion and ruin it and hijack it to be like, well, I'm going to turn the temperature in the room up to 10 and I'm going to get a ton of clicks. Like, and both sides do it. There's not one, this isn't like that side's bad. It's like, no, everybody's doing it. Everybody's being opportunistic. There are people streaming the game and being nasty. They are. I saw people doing it. I saw somebody name their character something nasty. I'm like, I don't think a brand of anger or hate or nastiness, I don't think those brands can last. It has no staying power. No one wants to be around that for very long. No one wants to be around that for very long. It's the difference between a fireworks show and a bonfire. You go to a fireworks show and it's cool and it's neat, but it's over in 10 minutes and then you go home. Nobody wants to be at a fireworks show every day. It's loud. You can't really, have a conversation. There's no warmth, right? I've said this before. People who try to build their brand around controversy and hate and negativity, it's like trying to heat your home with fireworks. It's temporary. It's punctiliar. It's here and it's gone. It's transient. You can't do it. You can't foster a community. You can't foster a brand around that. And they're all going to learn it. They haven't learned it yet because they get the dopamine hit. Bing, I got a bunch of tweets. Bing, I got a bunch of hate. Bing, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? You're anti this for playing this game? I got you, fam. Oh, that's stupid. Oh, Grant was just saying, I got you. Yeah. I was like, Grant, why would you say that? Grant's messing with you. What's the subject right now? Hogwarts Legacy is breaking records, and I essentially said that the boycott helped the game. I think it did. I think it fundamentally helped the game. I don't think this game was harmed. I don't think it even had a misstep because of the people that were on Twitter. I don't. Yeah. I was kind of confused because Grant's been in here and has been very positive and nice. And I was like, why would you say that? I read up to what you said, Mama Rad, and I was like, okay. There's too much polarization in our society, and I agree the boycott helped. Right. Teddy says, I bought it because of the boycott. You know what's funny, too, is I think, like, just look at this scene right here. I think they created enough tethers. Let me just freeze frame it for you. Right there. Like, I think they created enough gamey tethers. You know what gaminess is, right? It feels like a game. It feels like a video game. The video gamification of games. Oh, you did? Okay. Well, at least somebody is getting that from you. This looks gamey enough that even somebody that's like, I'm not a Harry Potter fan, could be like, that looks kind of cool, right? Like, that looks kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of depth in here. You know what I mean? Like, people were trying to run with the narrative that there's like three enemy types in the game. Go into the codex. There's like 69. Nice. There's like 69. Like, it's one of those things where in this part here, the roaming of the world and the gathering of materials, I'm telling you, I was telling Creature this last night. So when I was roaming the world yesterday and I was collecting materials and I got into this section where there were wolves nearby, and then I got to another section where there were spiders nearby. And the way their names pop up, the way their names have a level, I'm like, this makes me feel like I'm playing New World. I'm not saying that this is an MMO. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, thematically, experientially, I was like, the last time I had an experience like this, big open world with, regional, enemies, and they have names, they have levels, and I'm trying to collect materials. The last time I had this experience was when I was playing New World. And then I went to my room of requirements, and I can customize literally everything, right? Can we not at least call out the studio for all their hard work and success? They did well, and I hope they're cracking the beers tonight. Listen. I've continued to try to tell people this. I said this became a mantra that I said in 2020. The mob is stronger than the truth, but the truth has more endurance. It's what I always said. Because in a moment, in a fever pitch, and in a confused state, the mob and the public can have immense power. They can. But they don't have endurance. They don't. They will always burn out. They are weak. They're like a bottle rocket, right? It's really fast, and it's really loud, and it's really bright. But they have no staying power. They have no endurance. They will always tire out. Always. So in a couple of weeks, they're not going to have the fight in them or the energy to be like, well, I just want people to know that if you play that game... Shut up. Right now, no one gives a frick what you think. They're really not going to give a frick what you think. Like the people that are putting up with you, your sycophantic followings and your Kool-Aid drinkers that just they think everything you say is gospel. They'll put up with it for a while. But after a couple of weeks, they're going to be like, can you let this go? Can you move on? And I think the developers need to take that to heart. They need to take that to heart. This kind of stuff doesn't last. You will be okay, right? You will be okay. The community managers, the engineers, the developers, whatever. The game is fine, but who's paying this guy? You are with your viewership. Exactly. I'm an MMO Andy, and I felt like I was playing something similar to New World. Right. It's not an MMO. It's not an MMO. But I hadn't had that feeling since the last time I played an MMO, which was New World. Like, that's what I felt like. Okay, block. Ooh, no. Here, I'll actually help you. I'll help you out. I'll do it. I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you, sweetie. Did you open the room of requirement? I did open the room of requirement. It was awesome. It was awesome. I feel bad for being the guy that has issues with the game. Why? There's no problem. There's no reason to not have issues with the game. I have issues with the game. I would like them. I want to see some polish. Yo, Vengeance, you are so kind. 67 total members for the day. He just dropped a 10 bomb on chat. Gold Magikarp, Froman, James, T-Bear, More Bacon, Icebreaker, Johan Coates, Calm Adrenaline, Marsupio Gaming, Lucas Hobbs. That's a lot of people. Guys, every 25 I have to give 5. I'm waiting till the end of the stream to make good on this, so get the number as high as you can. I'm doing that because gifted members go to people according to loyalty. It gets better. Lono, it gets better. Felix, come on. Stop. You can only... You're only legally allowed to make me so excited about a video game, okay? You're gonna go beyond our contractual agreements here. You can't get me that excited about a video game. It's not just let me get there on my own. I was annoyed with this part. I wanted to go back and find all the stuff. Great start to the day. Is the show at 30 happening today? It is happening today. Yes, it is. We might change order. I was going to go from this to a God of War upload that I made last night, and then the show at 30. I might just roll us right from this into 30 since it's the same topic. He and I are going to discuss what we think of the game, like why is it so good. Like we're going to try to break down every nook and cranny of the game in a discussion. I wanted this to be about the record breaking, the numbers, the sales, the Steam. Like why is it doing so well, right? What's going on here? We are having a discussion. You might notice I'm talking to 2 different chats. I'm simultaneously streaming on YouTube over at Reforge Gaming, about almost 600 viewers, and then I got you guys over here on the Tickety Talk. I stream in both places. And we're talking about, right? We're talking about Hogwarts Legacy record breaking. It's breaking records. Other people make you excited. I feel cheated. Hey, just, it's on you, Rad. It's on you. Ball's been in your court for a while. The way how you describe the haters is not having endurance. Message retracted. Try again, Austin. That sounded like something. I wanted to read that. Just starting this morning, I am only 30 minutes in. I have a 7-year-old that loves Harry Potter, but is too scared to watch the movies. Do y'all think the game is as scary as the movies? I mean, there are a couple of scenes with goblins that might be a little spooky. You were pregnant? You're not pregnant anymore. There's a couple of scenes that might be kind of spooky. They're kind of dark. They're kind of sinister. I don't think it's nearly as I don't think the movies are that scary. I don't think this is as scary as the movies, right? I don't think it's as scary as movies. Yeah, the spiders maybe, the goblins maybe. Even those scenes are pretty short. They're not that long. They come in and they're like, "Oh, what are you doing in here?" And you're like, "Oh gosh," and then they fight, and then that's the end of it. You know what I mean? So basically, they made a single-player MO game. It looks like it has all the bells and whistles of an MMO, like New World, but gutted the multiplayer online and PvE. Sounds like my kind of game. Well, and here's the beauty of this. So a while back, Creature and I were on the phone, and he was like, if you were to do a series on how to build a live service game, right? If you were to build a series, like do a series of videos about it, he's like, what are the things that you would put in there, right? And so I just started rattling off all these things. But I said, foundationally, you have to build an amazing content loop in game first. But the thing you have to remember is all of those systems have to have elasticity. You can't just build a game and be like, it was a roaring success, let's do live service now. Like, you can't do that. Your systems, your leveling, all of those things need to have elasticity. So I see that. I sense that in Hogwarts Legacy. I do. I thought this was another rant about how people shouldn't play Hogwarts. I'm glad that's not it. Yeah, no. I talked about that in my show open. So every day I do a talk show like this. I'm a safe for work broadcaster. I stream both on YouTube and over here, whichever's easier for you to watch. It's basically like a talk show. It's basically like a podcast. But I open the show with a monologue. And the first 20 minutes of the show, I talked about all of my conclusions about this game breaking records. And one of the things I talked about was I think the boycott helped it. I think it actually put more people in the game's lane. Austin says, the way you describe the mob not having endurance makes me think an overconfident, insecure loser who thinks he's bigger than he is. Oh, really? Really? You apparently don't know who I am. Yes, you don't. I'm an overconfident winner. Winning, I don't know why you would take such a harsh shot at me like that. It sounds like you're maybe in here on an alt. Or you're projecting, right? Like if you have your own issues with security and not feeling good about yourself, slamming me, your account's actually pretty old, so you're not in here on an alt. So whatever issues you're dealing with your own sense of security and worth and value, projecting that onto me isn't going to make you feel any better about yourself. Alex with a $2 tip through Super Chat. What polish would you like to see for the game? That's a great question, because I mentioned that earlier. Ulutik with a $5 tip through Super Chat. Good morning, Lono. Would you recommend this to non-Harry Potter fans? Does it stand well enough as its own as an RPG? Ulatek from Heavy Metal here. Okay, Ulatek. I'll try to remember that. I'm sorry, I misheard what you said. I talked about how the mob doesn't have endurance because they don't. Have you ever watched the mob on Twitter? How long do they stay on a subject? What? 2 weeks at most? Are people still tweeting about, any of the things they were tweeting about 2 months ago that were really important? Anyways. So that's a great question. So I want to do that. Let me outline some of the things I would like to see polished, okay? I would say that some of the player movement in some of the environments and areas is a little frustrating. I think that's part and parcel to an open world, but there are times where things get awkward. Whether you're in the open world on a hillside or even in this room when I was trying to do stuff, it just gets a little awkward. I'd like to see some of that stuff polished. I would also like to see some of the loading times addressed. I'm on a PS5, and this is not a deal breaker for me, but when I go up to a door and all of a sudden I can't get through it, it's like, come on, man. It's not a deal breaker, but I would like to see that polished. How do you all misread what Austin said? It sounded like he was taking a swipe at me. He said, let me reread it. The way you describe the mob not having endurance makes me think of an overconfident, insecure loser who thinks he's bigger than he is. Oh, I thought he said I sounded like that. My bad, Austin. I wish I could gift members directly. That's my bad. I thought he was saying it about me. I was like, why would you say that about me? I didn't respond too sharply. You guys are actually stupid. I deserve to say it this time. Well, look at the way it was phrased. It was phrased in a way that you could read it that way. He says, makes it sound like this. It's like, oh, I thought he was saying I sound like that. East Coast Overlord with a $5 tip. That's on me, not chat. I was the one that led that charge. I misread what he said. Austin Hunter with the redemption story. A $5 tip from East Coast Overlord. Tempted to buy the game and but play the pirated version with no de novo. Performance seems rough on PC. Apparently, that's the leading cause for performance issues on PC. Obviously, I would like to see that rectified as well for the PC people, right? I like the PC people having to deal with that. I think that's kind of a bummer, right? I know I meant Lono and Old Man Teddy. Oh, well. It was just a thing where he retracted the message and came back and did it again, right? Ben's like, claim it, Austin. Austin might get this membership. Please tell me you're still here. Lil Mosey got Sven's gifted membership. Hang on just a minute. I got to update this to 68, and I got to update it to 78. There we go. 78 members for the day. 10 from Terminal Stupidity. Stupidity. Austin, are you still here? Austin! I'm sorry, bro. I misread what you wrote. Listen. We're a little on guard. Using he instead of they, the mob really muddied his comment. Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He went from that to this, right? Jason, what's that from? Oh, what? Did I buy Hogwarts on PC or the Series X? How many hours have you put in? 7 or 8, I think. 7 or 8. That's why. Get a PC. Good morning, Lono. Lots of haters today. Keep up the awesome content. Thank you. A $5 tip from Brian. Just Cause was a fun open world. Another banger from Avalanche. One of the great open world game developers. I don't know why you would say that's why I get a PC. The game runs fine on PlayStation 5. If you were hearing me talk about some of my frustrations with gameplay, I'll have you know that it actually right now runs worse on PC. It needs some help on PC. Some of that is, again, likely related to de novo, but performance-wise, I have 0 issues on my PS5. I haven't had a single problem. Like, some of the other things I would like to see addressed is, I don't know why they didn't give you a quicker way to switch your spells. I'm not a huge fan of that, right? I am not a huge fan of the way that you switch spells. So you have, like, down in the corner, you have your 4, and then you have to hold a button and then switch and then come back out. I think they should have done that a little bit better. Yo, Baker hitting 21 months in a member plus, and my man Sorcerer is going to gift a member, and it goes to Cameron, taking us to 79. Guys, can we hit 2,000 members? I wonder. I think we're in the 1,700s right now. I'll look. Yo, my man Captain Steve's here. What's Captain Steve saying? Things I wish Hogwarts would polish. More enemy types. Yeah, but there's like 69 enemy types. There's spiders, there's wolves, there's trolls, there's the wizards that'll fight you, like there's the frogs. Are you just like how many do you think that they're lacking? A way to get to the broom early game. I think I'll disagree with that one. I liked how you progressed, got basic spells. If they would have given people the broom really, really early, that they might have jettisoned out and did a bunch of stuff that they weren't supposed to do yet. Way too tame. Beats early game. I'm not sure what you mean. A way to unlock locks early game. Feels like late game is just to revisit areas. Yeah, Alex says they're blocked with a $2 tip. We didn't block him. No, we didn't block Austin. Did we? Austin! Did we? We didn't block him. Hang on. Oh, shoot. I think he probably left. No, he's here. He's here. Yeah, he's not blocked. No, I see him. I don't think he's in chat anymore, though. Oh, Austin's back? Christopher Wright, thanks for renewing your VIP. You the best. I'm sorry about what I said before. I'm autistic and not great at interpreting what people say. What I said earlier wasn't directed at you. It was directed at the haters of the game. I hope that you stay, and I hope you get a member. Shit. Read my first super chat. Another $2 from Alex. 100% agree with the doors keep making me think they're blocked. Oh. Alex is paying me $2 at a time to talk to me. Yeah. I could see that. Like, you go up to a door and you think it's locked. See what you did? Oh, come on. I wasn't even that mean. That was very lighthearted. I said he was projecting. I didn't even do a traditional Lono haymaker. He got like a light ribbing. Well, a light, that sounds bad. He got a light push. Yo, Quintar with 5 gifted memberships, taking us to 84. And then Graydon coming in, taking us to 89 members on the day. You guys are nuts. Meadow Pixie, Andrew Myers, Chris Norrell, Stock Like Weapon, Evidence, and Uncle Liberty, James Franks, ACM, David's Gaming World, and Dondre Parker. You guys all got gifted members. Let me see what the current member count is, because if we get to 2,000 members, my wife and I will do the Star Wars watch party again. 2,500 members is the horror weekend, and then 3,000 is a Just Dance stream. We're at 1,740. We are at 1,740. Y'all are the best. Another gifted from Garrett, and it went to Francisco Gonzalez. Thank you so much for being here, Francisco. Francisco. That puts us at freaking 10 away from 100. You guys are bonkers. You guys are nuts. Captain Steve says, not completed Hogwarts yet. Is there New Game Plus, perhaps, where you start with a broom and tame beast skills? Oh. You wanted to be able to tame in the early game. That's what you mean. It may be Elden Ring and the ability to go where I want that spoiled me. Hogwarts felt too guided. Okay, let's have a back and forth on this, Captain Steve. Another 5 gifted members from Snoop. Can we get Austin a membership? Operation Austin is underway. And we got 1 to J2 J Squared, West Black, Trevolution, Dr. Sammy D, Shy Tapestry. You guys all got gifted members. All right, here we go. I'm going to have a back and forth on this. I think games like this, there is a science to the procedural power experience, okay? And I think they have to consider everybody that isn't you, Captain Steve. Because you can go wandering off into the sunset and get lost and do stuff, and then you can come back and orient yourself to a natural progression. Yo, that's 100 members already in the first hour of the day. You guys are freaking nuts. Thank you so much for trying to get Austin here. Gerald Perez, Evan Linton, Ernest Jansen, Joza, and Bertu. So sometimes I think, Captain Steve, yeah, guys, make sure you have the gifted option turned on. Either click the $sign and do it, click the $sign, you can become a member, click the $sign to gift members, or click the $sign, or click on these gifteds and say allow gifts, right? It even looks like there's different loadouts to quick switch between. Well, you can kind of do that with your spell assignments. Right? If you guys got gifted a membership, do me a favor. Make sure you have alerts turned on my channel, but also make sure you get into the members-only Discord. My wife and I will be playing this tonight. I'm going to have her start the game. I'm going to have her get sorted and explore the school and stuff. It's probably going to be hilarious because my wife is not a gamer. It will be funny. I mean, she is a gamer, but she's not a gamer at the same time. Just thank you guys. I'm going to be on and off in the chat because I'm at work and have the stream on to listen to while I do my job. Well, I'm glad you're still here, Austin, and welcome, man. Appreciate you. And I appreciate you being understanding that we misunderstood and unintentionally bit your head off. Well, we didn't bite your head off. We unintentionally snapped at you. Well, I did, and then chat took my lead. That's my fault. What records is Hogwarts breaking? It broke the most watched single-player game on Twitch. It's in second place for most played single-player game on Steam, and it hasn't even come out yet. What's the Discord? You can use the Discord command in chat. You can go to discord.gg/reforgetv, or there's a Discord link in the description below of the channel. Adam's going to be Gryffindor or Ravenclaw. We should take bets on where you guys think she's going to land. The coffee keeps splashing up on my face. I think I'm drinking it too fast. The discount code for the coffee is Get Fricked. We should have just made it Frick, but we made it Get Fricked. Get Fricked in February. We made it hard on you. You have to be able to spell. I think Creature was trying to keep the people who have a hard time spelling from getting the discount. I'm kidding. Get Fricked. We'll get you 20% off. Fozzie coming in. All these gifteds just remind me it was payday. My man Fozzie with the $2 tip. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you very, very much. It's about to break sales records. Oh, it is. It is. And there will be tears. There will be Twitter tears everywhere. Everywhere. What records? You're going to make me say it again. It has broken the most played single-player game on Steam, most concurrent. I think it's in second place. It's going to break that over the weekend. And it was the most watched single-player game on Twitch with 1.3 million viewers. So that was about half of the world record. The world record is League of Legends at around 3.1 million. So a single-player game rivaled one of the most popular multiplayer games in the world. Well, not rivaled it, but pulled half. So pretty good. I vote for the new code. Go frick yourself. No. Do you think the game will continue to break records? Any predictions? I think over the weekend it's going to crush any single player record on Steam that exists. It likely will also then it'll beat its own current record on Twitch because people are going to want to go get the drops, right? People are going to want to go get the drops. That's what I think. A 5 spot from my man Captain Steve. What Hogwarts really needs is an online mode like Red Dead with multiplayer or like Dragon's Dogma pawn system. I've been saying that for weeks, Steve. I've been saying I love you. I'm just kidding. I've been saying that for weeks. I'm like, bro, look at this game. I want to show somebody my room of requirement. I want to wander around the hillsides with my wife. I want to do a dungeon with my friends. Like, man, oh man. This game is begging to have some kind of an online thing, some kind of a co-op thing. Now, Creature, my producer, thinks they're going to do Hogwarts Online. It'll be like GTA Online. It'll be this whole thing. I don't know. Hogwarts has drops. If you watch people on the purple platform, yes. Not to take from your stream, but Avalanche is doing the Merlin cloak drop. Yeah. You can get the Merlin thing. Yeah. But you can do that. No, yeah, that's right. You can't do that any other time. Lone Wolf with a 4-month milestone. Haven't been around the last few days. If you're still playing it, you liking it? What don't you like? Rate it so far. So I anticipated this game landing in like a... I thought it was going to land at like a 7.5 to an 8 for me, right? I thought it was going to land at a 7.5 or an 8. Now it's close to a 9 for me. It's close to a 9. It has exceeded my expectations. The more I play the combat, the more I level up my talents, the more I'm like, this combat is arguably good combat. It's not just like, oh, it's good combat for a Harry Potter game. No, like, it's actually really fun and good combat. There's depth to it. There's mechanics to it that I thoroughly enjoy. Oh, no, you can't ask people to go into your room of requirement. Didn't you learn? Oh, stop it, Abe. If you want to roam the hills with your wife, just go out hiking. Shut up, Murph. See, and you wonder why I don't read the Discord, you fricks. Butter says, what single-player game could do this? Is there any IP that could compare? Maybe a Star Wars game. Maybe a Star Wars game. If there's a single-player Pokemon game, but the Pokemon games are never going to hit Steam, like, right? They're always going to be Nintendo games. You love to see it. I agree. Yeah, my biggest qualms with the game are, you know what's funny? My biggest qualms with the games, my biggest complaints is the stuff that's not there. Not being able to play co-op with my wife, not being able to play online with other people. Those are my biggest frustrations. Like, you know what I'm saying? Assassin's Creed? No, Assassin's Creed could never rival this game. No way. Oh my gosh, no. No, brother. Assassin's Creed? Yo, what's good, Liz? How are you? I actually think we should be able to collect wizard cards and jelly beans. Why? Huh? Make any sense? Lono, put the Lego Hogwarts on your wish list. It would be a great build. Oh, for the Lego channel? Yeah, I'm kind of thinking for this year, we should try to time the tall neck with the Horizon Forbidden West, and then we'll do some more Star Wars stuff when Jedi Survivor comes out. What are some of the other big games releasing this year? Final Fantasy and Diablo. I don't think there's any Final Fantasy or Diablo Lego sets. You have the Lego Hogwarts. Nice, Ginger Lady. Nice. Really good. Avalanche Software goes live. Yeah. You guys can watch me and them at the same time to get the drops, by the way. Please don't, like, completely abandon wherever you're hanging out with me, right? Like, let's not do that. Let's not promote. I'm trying to be cool about that, like I'm promoting another stream, because I know some people are going to want to get it, and it's like a limited time thing. And also make sure if you do that thing to get the Merlin cloak, come back, right? If you have to, come back. That way you can catch the show with me and my man Mike, me and 30 and Still Gaming. We're having an amazing day right now. Amazing day. 100 gifted members on YouTube. That's a reason to watch on YouTube. That's a great way to get into my members-only Discord. And my wife and I are going to be playing this game tonight. We will be playing Hogwarts Legacy tonight for members only. That's a great reason to be a member, right? Great name to be a member. So you don't miss out on that content. It's $5 and you get into all the members' streams all month long, and those Friday nights are so fun. I have a couple drinks. My wife, I'm telling you, if you want to see somebody give me crap and give me grief, she has my number, man. It is fun. It's fun streams. Oh, a Zelda Lego set would be good. Yo, my man Skiffy Skiffles is going to take us to an odd number just to annoy everybody. 101 members for the day. My man. Ulatek. Ulatek with a $2 tip through Super Chat. What games are the combat spells similar to? My brain's freezing. What is this game? Is this game not like any other game right now? I'm trying to think. He forgets who gave him, yeah. I'll just, you know what I'll do, Murph? I'll do this for you, Murph. You want me to do this? I'll do it right now. I'll just walk away from the stream, Murph, because you're having a hard time with this, Murph. I'll go get some Post-it notes, Murph, and I'll put your name on the Post-it note, and I'll stick it to the monitor. And then anything else in my room, I'll stick a Post-it note so that you get eternal credit. You get undying credit, Murph. Can you hear me, Murph? Murph! I gotta calm down. I gotta calm down. Oh, guys, lost it. He's losing it. He's losing it, chat. Murph's been giving me grief for a couple of days. This has been brewing. Me and you, Murph. This has been brewing. No, he's been giving me crap because I forgot who gave me my monitor in front of me. My really nice LG monitor that Murph Dog 41 gave me. Just put a Post-it note on everything sent with everyone's name. That's right. Wouldn't that be funny, creature? Like, I can't see my monitor. Yeah. Lono's channeling his inner Matthew McConaughey from Interstellar. Remember your pressure points, Lono. Woosah. You just bought an LG monitor? Nice. Guys, we have enough viewers on YouTube to have 400 likes. Give me 400 likes. We only need about 30 more. Hoping the Star Wars RPG game ends up being real. Oh, the open world game? It is real. The open world game being built by Massive? Yeah. No, that's real. We have no idea when it comes out, though. Yeah. Our names on a Post-it on your yeah, the Samsung? No. Until Ubi cancels it. Oh, don't say that, Garrett. Why would you put that energy out into the world? Garrett, please give me a membership. Shadow Lord Gaming, I don't have the ability to do that. I don't have the ability to do that. The more you watch, the more you hang out, the more you smash like and talk in the chat, the more likely it is that you'll get a membership. Just hang out. People are super generous here. We've already gotten over 100 we've got around 96 gifted members today. Around 96. Let me tell you where the member count is, because 2,000, when we hit 2,000, you guys will unlock the Star Wars watch party for next month. We are at, well, let me hit refresh. I don't think that's right. It says 1740. It was 1740 a moment ago. Unless it's kind of, sometimes it goes up and down. 1753. 1753. So we're 250 members away from that 2,000 milestone. And I tried to make my room of requirement. You're seeing a replay from yesterday. This is my gameplay from yesterday. This is the room of requirement, and it's great. I love it. I love customizing it. I love everything about it. The customization, the personalization, the thought and the care put into it. We are getting an amazing suggest and browse today. So if you saw my video suggested on another video, if you saw my content in search results, excuse me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Guy says WTF. Oh, so you expect a membership for nothing? I can block you. That's free. I can just make it so you can't talk in my chat, and then you won't get a membership. We could try that. We'll see how that goes. See, my room of requirements already expanding. It's bigger on the inside. I just like this TV looks good. Gritter gave us a 15-page essay with stats and graphs. Yeah, Gritter don't mess around, dude. Did you see this yet? Yeah, the Lord of the Rings Rivendell set. Yeah, we could time that with the Rings of Power show. Is that on Amazon yet, Suede? I could add it to the wish list. We could try and time that with the Rings of Power show. Anytime something's happening with a franchise, it's a good idea to do like a Lego set around it. You know what I mean? We're trying to be smart. We're trying to be smart about that. That's why we should have a Hogwarts set going up today. If you guys like Legos, we do have a Lego channel. It's more of a hobby channel. It's called The Brick Abbey, and it's on YouTube. So if you like watching Lego sets get built, it's very chill content. It's not ASMR content, but it's kind of like ASMR content. It's like kind of relaxing, kind of chill. And you can check that out. It's called The Brick Abbey. My man Barrier says, let's keep the sub goal going. He's like, let's keep it going. We can hit 2,000 members. No problemo. He gifts 5 and takes us to 106 members on the day. Jose, 8-Bit Dad, Austin Garrett. I think that's a different Austin, isn't it? And Banshee and Ark. That's a different Austin. That's not the Austin. Wasn't the Austin we were trying to get? Wasn't it Austin Howard or something like that? Yeah. Get out of here, Austin. You're the wrong Austin. Frick. Golly, Jiminy. How dare you be here? How dare you be here and have the same name? He's like, I'm different, thanks. Yeah, stream delay. Frick out of here, Austin. Maybe. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. If you ever go too far poking you with that, let me know. Much love. Oh no, Murph. It doesn't bother me at all. It doesn't bother me at all. I was having fun with you. That was fun. You guys know I like to do that. I've not invested any dark or curse moves yet either, Captain Steve. Yeah. Did I go into the talents there? Yeah. So this section here, where like you go in and you can like add levels to your spells and stuff. I really like this. This is when things get cool, and I barely scratched the surface. Like it's like I don't get a new batch until like level 16 or whatnot. Like there is so much potential just in this part of the game. You know what I mean? Like the first thing I did was like I made like the fire spread around me, and then my Levioso like raises more people, my Accio brings more people to me. I love it. I'm like it's so fun. And then they did this thing where when you're in Hogwarts Legacy gameplay and you're keeping your combos up, these little like light crystals pop out of the enemies, but they disappear after a while, and you need those light crystals to maintain like your really strong attacks, and it was kind of awkward to go run for them. Well, one of the talents that I unlocked in this screen allows me to hold dodge, and you like teleport. It's perfect. It's like, oh, I can rush up and pick those things up off the ground. I'm telling you, man, it's good. It's really, really good. There's a lot of depth to it. You can unlock talents after the first quest in the Forbidden Forest. Okay. Yeah, the no skill respec is a bummer, JG from Space. I kind of thought that too. I thought, why wouldn't you let me respend these? You know, I like when games just give you that volition. I'm not a big fan of locking people in. I kind of defended their choice to not have different endings or, you know, closed off quests. Like, oh, if you choose to do the dark arts, these quests get closed off to you. I defended them not doing that because it's like, well, it's more of a, this isn't meant to be that level of an extreme hardcore RPG, right? No respect kind of feels like that. You know what I mean? Yo, my man Mike Quad was 6 months in a membership VIP. 6 months, Lono, you gonna play today. Looking forward to Madam playing. My fiance isn't a Harry Potter fan, but she watched me play the first hour and she wanted to play. She's now further than me. There you go. Why'd you put the kappa though? Are you lying? Like, the kappa means you're being sarcastic. Anyways, yeah, I might play more today after my stream with 30 and So Gaming. Yeah. I might play after that. We also have an upload about God of War Ragnarok that I'm very excited about, so I hope you guys watch that video later when it goes live, whenever it does go live. So is there a purpose to your character having a last name? I'm not complaining. I like coming up with first and last names for my characters, just curious. I think it's just consistency in the game, Austin. Think about it. Harry Potter. Hermione Granger. You know, Rupert Grint. I'm just kidding. Like, Albus Dumbledore. Like, the names have, like, presence. Ominous Gaunt. Sebastian Sallow. They sound cool. You know, yeah, Bellax Granger. Yes. You got to watch out for those Grangers. You do. They're know-it-alls. And then they'll have a crazy glow-up in the last movie, and everybody will have a crush on them. So you got to be careful of the Grangers, especially. What was the other? Yeah, I went with Lono Stradamus because that's like a nickname people gave me a long time ago. And it actually looks cool on the screen. It looks like a Harry Potter name. It looks like a Wizarding World name, like Lono Stradamus. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I like that my name kind of fits in the world. I hope they do DLC, says Captain Steve. Add in Quidditch online multiplayer. Hang on a second. Add a new game plus mode of some sort. Come back in year 6. Have it more open, less story, make your own story has potential. I'm convinced they're going to add on to this game in some way. I don't know if they're going to do sequels. They could. The one girl told me about the Wagadu, the school in Uganda. Wagadu, it's like the biggest school. They don't use wands. It's more instinctive magic. It's carved into the mountainside. Like, it sounded awesome. Yeah, the user score, there's like 1,300 user scores across all platforms, Fozzie. Yeah. I'm curious what the user score is going to look like on Steam over the weekend. Right? Because think about it. Like, if this game is having troubles that people are saying is, if it's running bad, if it's running like dog water on PC, it'll get shredded on PC. It will. I want to have my first name as Lovely and my second name as Jubbly. Lovely Jubbly. Steve, I can't wait for games to hit a level of AI where as long as you put in a reasonable word, it can pronounce it. Like all the voices could be like, oh, Lovely Jubbly, good to see you. Do you need anything? You know, do you need help? Lono Stradamus, good to see you, lad. Like, when that happens, that'll be dope. They're really close to getting to that point, I'm sure. I wouldn't be surprised if in the next decade, when you play games, they say your name. You know what I mean? Just saw a rumor of a micro-scale Hogwarts and grounds. For Lego? Text-to-speech has come a long way. It really has. The only thing that makes me think they won't add live service is the old gen, says Hilly. If they add in co-op live service and possible issues on PC, adding to the game, it'll break old gen unless they leave it behind. It won't be hard to leave it behind, Hilly. Imagine a year from now leaving behind PS4 and the 360, right? Man, Paul, where'd you get those pants? Jeepers. I'm on PC about an hour in, have had no issues. I would call my system specs mid. I just subbed to the Brick Abbey. Oh, thank you. The announcers will say your name in-game for 2K, in 2K for a few years now, but it's just the first name. Oh, that's pretty cool. AI is the way forward for gaming. If we can have an AI dungeon master as good as my IRL mate Carl, then we will have games that last forever. Big up, Carl. One of the things I said about ongoing live service games in the past, this was back when I exclusively covered Destiny, and people would always burn through the content in 72 hours. And I said that I think the future of ongoing live service games is going to hinge on whether or not technology can be developed to create content at a speed to stay in front of the players. And I think AI is going to take us there. Automation, procedural generation. I put some effort into my character's name that I went with. My first name translated my name into Latin. So it's Austin Winandi. Austin Winandi? What does that mean? Oh, you took your first name and you translated my last name into Latin. Oh, I understand. Got him from the day before. Yeah, your character's got some cake. She kind of reminds me of the character from the day before. It's a little extreme. Can someone explain the Merlin drop we are talking about? There's an Avalanche stream that you can watch. I think, did it start? Is that why we had a big dip? I think everybody went to watch it. They'll probably come back. Ostentatious. That would be a good name. I mean, Google already has this to create this, so we aren't far off. Oh, it's in 10 minutes. Yeah, we're probably going to slowly lose people leading up to it. So once you guys are done watching it and you get your drops, I would encourage you to come back and continue watching, because I am going to do a show with my man 30 and Still Gaming about is it good? Is it worth it? You know what I mean? Now you want to change your game name? Oh, is your game name not Bellix Granger? Yeah. The Merlin trials are hard. Please explain as a non-gamer. Okay, Corinna. The thing you have to do with the Merlin trials is you go and touch it, right? And you drop the leaves. Are you able to do that? If you're able to do that, you go up and drop the leaves on it. Literally, you do Revelio and just walk around and look for stuff. There's usually balls or what are they called? Braziers. The things that you have to light. There's braziers. There's balls. There's something around. There's balls on things that need to be shot. There's a big ball that has to be pushed sometimes. Just shoot it a couple of times, and you'll do your last combo flourish, and then it'll move. And then you light the braziers. So you can't do some of them. Yeah, the fireflies. You do Lumos. You do Lumos, and then you can pull the fireflies to the box. So you basically. That would be my encouragement to you, is when you find a Merlin trial, right? You find a Merlin trial, do Revelio and just walk around and look for stuff. One, you have to do parkour on pillars. I've not done that one. Oh, those are cool little Lego sets. It's like a book for each house, and you put the thing on the front. Yeah, I'm excited to do this right here. I'm gonna do Slytherin, and I'm gonna do all 4 houses, but it's the Lego mosaic. I'm excited to do that. Braziers, balls, and broomsticks. Yeah, there you go. That's that could be the name of a shop. If you completely get stuck, go search YouTube. No shame. So what I'm hearing is that you need to go around looking for balls and mess with them. Yeah. Thanks. I'm new to gaming and new to the channel so far. Love it. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I hope you stick around. I hope you get a membership. I hope Austin gets a membership. Keep that going, guys. Let's get some of these people. Let's get Grant. Grant's in here. He needs a membership. Phildo Bo Baggins needs a membership. I see some names in chat that we typically take care of. Let's keep it going. You still haven't figured out the question mark puzzles? It's a math problem. You have to figure out the numbers. You have to figure out the numbers, and you figure out the numbers, it should help you solve it. Yeah. Math, Garrett. Math. Thoughts on minimap off. I've had people ask me that. Why? Explain to me, why is that trending in the hive mind? Why do people keep asking about that? Is that a recommendation somewhere? Yo, my man Lone Wolf, we call our shots. Phildo Baggins got one. See, I told you. Alyssa Decker. Hey, Corinna got one. We call our shots. Clone Bricks. And my name is not No. Did you figure it out, though? No. I didn't. Stop being a know-it-all. No, I didn't figure it out. Thank you for the gifted. I knew it. I knew we could take care of you. I noticed another key to the math doors. Look at the arch. Those symbols are numerical placeholders. Yeah, the arch, they're numerical placeholders, and you just have to figure out the math, right? I was a member from Gifted for a few months, but I lost it when I went into internet hibernation to avoid spoilers. No worries, Hannah. We'll take care of you. If you've never done a membership before on YouTube, click the $ at the bottom of the chat. You sometimes get a discount on your first membership. Or see if you can now gift members on the platform that you're watching on. Android got the ability to watch members. Are you trying to get me to say that and then that's like a joke, like Ligma? At the number of the location of the picture and the number of the door. Right. You mean chat, not you. Shut up, Abe. Can I believe God of War 2018 sold 23 million units? Put that in perspective. Skyrim sold 29 million units on all platforms. Incredible numbers. Yeah, can you believe my show open? I was saying 500 million instead of 500,000. No, it's a streamer. I thought it was you. No. He doesn't want to know, chat. No, I was going to give you the opportunity to tell me, Balex. I was giving you the opportunity. You tell me I actually have to pass algebra? I don't think it's algebra. I think it's trigonometry that you need to be familiar with. There's ways to figure out one of the pertaining side. Like the frickin' Scarecrow says it at the end of Wizard of Oz, right? Is it the Pythagorean theorem? It's a way to figure out you need to know two corners. You can figure out the third corner. It's not trig either. Something I'm not a big fan of in this game is the map. I think it's too simple because I wish we could select a town or an area so we can open up an area around it to help with questing and waypoints. But you can do that. I was flying around and unlocking the little flues, and then you can fast travel. Oh, it is algebra? Did somebody explain why they think the map should be turned off? People keep asking me about turning the map off. Like, why? Can't give subs on mobile. The only options are super chat. If you can't give subs on mobile, try going to a browser. You add up the three numbers to the one in the center. Oh, now I want to go do it. Dadgummit. You add up the three numbers to get the one in the center. The spider has 8 legs. Hydra has 3 heads. And that solved my first door. And then I noticed the rest of the arc, and it starts at 0. Hilly says, would it be a good idea to launch a game on PS4 and Xbox One, and then a year later add in content that those players can't play? I know why they launch on last gen, but I think if the plan is to launch a single-player title on a platform and then transition to live service, that leaves those players behind as clandestine. Or clandestine. If you set out day one as a live service, you could expect your hardware and not keep up with the game, but they sold Hogwarts as a single-player game. Yeah. And a year from now, Hilly, if you want to expand your experience and you have to switch devices, that's no difference than Horizon Forbidden West selling their DLC only on the PS5. It's not different at all. And I wouldn't call that clandestine or clandestine. Yo, Austin! The imposter Austin decided to give some members. Feeling guilty, aren't you, Austin? I'm just kidding. John coming in, and Pumpkin King, and Samson, and God's Gift, and Diego all got gifted members. Y'all, Welcome. That's 5 on top of the 111. That takes us to 116 members on the day. Oh, there is a page with numbers. Oh, I see. I see. Unicorn is 1. That guy's a 0. 2 horns, 3 heads. I don't know why the frick that thing is a 4. 5 spider legs. 1, 2. Yeah, I can't figure out why 8 spider legs. And then, well, it's not a spider, but it looks like a spider, right? It looks like it has 5 spider legs. And then 9 heads. Yeah, I'm not sure why some of those equal certain things. Yeah, you can work it out, Captain Steve. I think some of them are pretty obvious, but some of them are not. You have to solve for the number in the middle of the triangle by associating the pictures with the number value and find the difference, and then flip the wall things to the correct numbered icon. Got it. Beast represents 0 through 9. Oh, it's literally on the arc, 0 through 9. You don't need that page? Huh. The cheat sheet is in the wooden room by the divination classroom. I will explain in Discord. Okay. Okay, Bellix. Happy Black History Month. Happy Black History Month to you. I just did the combination method. Okay. I just used the fact that the bottom left of the arc is 0. Right, yeah. So it's not as complicated as having to use, like, the actual images. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. What do you think about the Atomic Heart controversy? I'm not sure which one you're referring to. The fact that it's had a significant graphical downgrade, and they showed us a bunch of vertical slices that, you know, that were not at all representative of the final product. To solve the door math, add what's shown together and then subtract it from the center number. Oh, got it. I got it. Right. Yeah. So like I said, it's the Pythagorean theorem. You know what would be perfect? To put out a guide video on how to solve those and make it so convoluted, right? All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. You're wanting to solve these triangle puzzles on the wall in Hogwarts Legacy. I got you taken care of. So what you're going to want to do first is look at these pictures on the wall. Every single picture represents a number. Each number corresponds to the picture, and then you're going to use that to solve the triangle. Well, the first thing you're going to want to do is count the legs, but not everything has a leg, so you got to presume the existence of a leg ontologically dependent as if you are Plato or Socrates. Then, after you do that, you then subtract that from the imagined number of legs that it should have, and you add it to the numbers that it doesn't have, and that gives you it standing in the arc. Once you're done doing that, you plug the number then into the circle. Once you plug it into the circle, you subtract it from the other circles, and you add it to the center number, and that gives you the number that you're supposed to do. Then you go to the things on the wall, and you spin it until you get the symbol that corresponds to the number that you got from your math. Got it? Sweet! Check out my other videos, how to tie your shoes in the dark and how to break a light bulb. Please like, share, and subscribe. Oh, man. I was trying to keep it going, bro. I was trying to keep it going. Whew, I ran out of oxygen. That's like my biggest weakness. You know what I mean? Like, every superhero has a weakness. Like, my weakness is oxygen. Like, I just don't. There's just not enough of it. I can't breathe in enough of it to talk. Can you repeat that? Yeah, give me 1 second. Shadow Lemons, thank you so much for 10 months of membership. It's been hit or miss. Glad to be back. Classic Lono, good news. Even better coffee. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. I both enjoy and despise the Daedalian keys. It's immensely satisfying to slap them into the locks, and a pure pain if you miss the slap. Butter says, have you tried sucking harder for oxygen, that is? I mean, if sucking hard is something that you are experienced in and good at, Butters, maybe you should create a guide video on that, right? This dude is literally vibrating. Right, Hilly? Matt Bags coming in with 14 months and a member plus. Is anyone so completely satisfied when finding a page and hearing the music? It's addicting. Also 14 months. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I love it. I love finding all the little things, all the little chingerings. Yeah. I do. That better be a short. I marked it. I marked it. I gave a little milestone marker. Ta-ting. Poor Butters. I mean, he tried. He tried. He ineffectively tried. Like, it's like, have you ever seen those videos where like somebody tries to heckle a stand-up comedian? Like, do you know you know what you're signing up for, right? Like, imagine trying to heckle somebody who has a microphone and you can type. Like, you have made a fatal error, my friend. You have made a tactical error. Me every 2 seconds. Revelio, yeah, Revelio. I love it, dude. I love it. Hilly, I see your comment today. Can't wait for the next Halo video. I freaking hate you, man. I absolutely hate you, bro. Oh my gosh. Just got an email. Gamefly has PS5s if anybody's looking for one. Yeah, PS5 restocks are working well this year. How long do you guys have to watch that thing for the Merlin thing? Like, how soon will people be back, do you think? You know what I mean? I wonder how soon people will be back. Wizard's weakness, a math problem. Yeah. Imagine you're like a 7th year student at Hogwarts, and you're like, oh my gosh. You gotta watch for 20? Okay. Hopefully they all come back. About half past the hour, they'll probably all come back, right? I think people are already coming back, maybe. Just have it open in another tab. Okay. Give me 1 quick second. Give me 1 quick second. Whew. Okay, I'm back. Time's up. 2 hours and 20 minutes total. Oh, 30 minutes for each reward, 20 minutes for Merlin. Oh, frick. That's annoying. That's kind of annoying. Like, I'm not gonna try to quibble. But why would you do that on the launch date? Hey guys, we're gonna siphon all the viewership to our stream for giveaways. Why would you do that? You can get the other rewards from watching any streamer. Sure, but you gotta watch them for the Merlin thing. Just a little heads up to devs out there. That's not a very, I don't know. The drop's been available all week. No, but there's a specific one that you can only get from watching them. If you want the Merlin thing, you got to watch them. I don't know. I just think doing that on the launch date's weird. Like, imagine if every dev did that. Hey guys, we know all these streamers are looking forward to streaming our game on the launch date. We're going to go live that date with a giveaway you can only get from us. Like, why would you siphon viewership from all the people, you know? Like, hey, I don't know if you're aware about this, WB and Avalanche, but you know, the people streaming your game are, they've been putting up with a lot of crap all week long. maybe you shouldn't do that. Maybe you should let them have all the viewership. Why would you want it? You're going to wear it for an hour? Yeah, drops are always that way. People clamor for them, and then they don't really use them, right? It's like the pre-order benefits, right? I got the pre-order Dark Arts robe and hat, and I don't wear it because I prefer the stuff in the game is cooler. You want to look unique, right? You don't want to look like everybody else who pre-ordered the dadgum game. Right, yeah, exactly. The thing is, though, Hannah, like, everybody's going to clamor for it today. Yeah, the PlayStation 5 controller looks really, really nice. Yes. Yeah, it looks really, really nice. Let me earn it in the game. Okay, boomer. Some of those scenes, man, in that show, absolutely ridiculous. Surprised they didn't do a Hogwarts console. Yeah, there's a new controller. There's a PS5. There's a Hogwarts Legacy PS5 controller. Where can I find the game? You can play it on Steam. You can get it on the PS5 or the Xbox Series X or the Xbox Series S. If you're trying to get it on the PS4 or the Xbox One, you have to wait until April the 4th. I've been encouraging people to wait for performance reviews on that version of the game. And then if you want to play it on the Nintendo Switch, that is July 25th, I believe. That's also one I would wait for to see how it performs. It will likely be a cloud-based game. There are other games that they have that are cloud-based. So, is the controller on sale? Is it? Did they show it off and are pre-orders open for it yet? I don't know if you can sell it. I don't know if I'm sorry, sell it. I don't know if you can buy it yet or not. Spent $400 for the collector's edition. Worth it. The boost in wand is sick. Oh, the book? Yeah, the floating wand. I was like, what are you talking about? Oh, pre-orders go live at 1 p.m. Eastern today. 10 a.m. Pacific time. That is in about 2 hours, like an hour and 45 minutes. If you're trying to order the Hogwarts Legacy PS5 controller, you can do that in about an hour and 45 minutes. The unlock spell ain't a dark art, but should they be teaching kids to open locked doors? I don't know. Should they be teaching kids to fight giant spiders? That can't be a serious question, right? You can't. You know, I really like Skyrim. It's a wonderful game, beautiful RPG, massive open world, but would we really be teaching children to become a pickpocket? It's promoting thievery and a life of crime. All these children are like crouched on the playground, like walking behind their friends, trying to steal lunch money. Oh, Timmy was on such a wonderful trajectory. He had all this potential, and then he played that dreadful Skyrim game, and now he just pickpockets every day. Throwing his life away. TJ Rage with a $2 tip. Thoughts on butterbeer? I've never had it. You know? I've never had it. Is Lono okay? Wait for the patch, play the game 3 weeks later. Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't even know. I'm not even sure if, is a patch going to be able to make it run better or well enough on the on the PS4, Xbox One, and the Switch. You know what I'm saying? Hogwarts is criminally negligent school. The most well-known nitpick for the Harry Potter lore. Yeah, they don't pay any attention to the kids. Like, this scene right here. He's like, oh, this is down here? I'm like, what the, huh? Like, what? You wouldn't go looking for this? For places and doors and, come on. How long has this school been here? Like, the one time when we go down in the room with Sebastian Sallow, he's like, nobody knows about this secret entrance. I'm like, it literally looks like a secret entrance. In a school known for, like, waving a wand and saying, like, cupcakes, and then a whole room opens, nobody went up to this peculiar-looking moon clock and thought, well, give it a little taparoonie. Give it a little Expelliarmus, Oh, it opened. I don't know. One of their dorms is underwater with giant sea creatures. Yeah. And then it's like, yeah, we're too busy teaching classes to, like, walk around and look for hidden entrances and secrets that, could help us with all the things that we're trying to do. The Harry Potter executives have found another oil well of sales to drain in this. Mark my words, these games will never cease. What is happening? Are you quoting There Will Be Blood? Listen to me. One night I'm going to come into your home while you sleep. Drainage! Yeah, Revelio. Yeah, apparently all you got to do is walk around Hogwarts and be like, Revelio, and you'll find all kinds of things. Where did you get that brooch? Oh, this? Yes. Grants me the ability to bring people back from the dead and healed my mother's chronic illness. Where did you find it? It was hanging on the wall over there. I just said Revelio. The damn thing fell off the wall. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's blatantly obvious things in plain sight. Just a little Revelio, and you're like, yeah, it's right here. I've been looking for this for years. I try not to buy or not buy games based on others' opinions. Some people just can't be satisfied. I mean, if you're talking to me, I've not really given my opinion in this stream. If you want to know my thoughts, it's exceeded all my expectations. I actually give it a pretty strong recommendation on the current gen consoles. I've just cautioned people to wait on old gen consoles because of the potential performance issues. Because I don't know. I don't think it's going to run all that well on the PS4 and the Xbox One. Not you. Oh, okay. Oh, Reddit. Yeah. You can use Reddit, Metacritic, streamers like myself, and forums, and try to get a consensus. But yeah, you should never use like one person or one little thing to make your decision off of. Deathly Hollows are in Hogwarts Legacy. Can't wait to find them. Oh, really? You've collected over 100 scrolls already? Wow, that's a lot. That is a lot. I think the smart move is for us to... I'm going to schedule the show with Mike. In about 45 minutes, my friend Mike and I are going to discuss, along with you, the chat, we are going to discuss why this game is so good, right? We didn't want to go with a negative thumbnail or a negative title. I don't like making a thumbnail... I made the thumbnail discussion, is it good? I went with a slightly more neutral thumbnail because I didn't want to go negative because of the crowd that it would draw. People being like, yeah, it's trash, or, you just hate the game. Like, I didn't want people to be presumptive, but I wanted to be able to have a discussion with Mike about, is the game worth it? Is it good? What do we think? He's actually put in more time than me. I didn't want to do a puff piece, but in this stream kind of turned into a puff piece. I try to be balanced. I try to be measured in my coverage of things and in my estimations of things. But when a game is doing this well and I'm enjoying it as well as I have been, it's really hard not to be like, yeah, the game's amazing. Let's just talk about how amazing it is. It always makes me feel a little bit awkward if I feel like I'm doing a puff piece or like a puff stream, because that's just not typically, number one, people don't really like that kind of content. They're usually looking for the criticisms, but it seems that this game in general, people are a little bit more receptive of just people being positive about it. I think some of that's because people are expecting people to be on the attack. About to start my first playthrough of the game. Yo, good morning, Brown Excellence. Yo, my man Shadow Lemons upgraded to a VIP Plus. That is extremely kind. Thank you very much for doing that. That is a big, big jump. And I currently owe you guys, let's see, 5 for every 25, so that's 20. I almost owe you 25 members. We're 9 away from another milestone. 116 members today. You guys went bonkers, absolutely bonkers. After the show with Mike, I think I'm gonna play some more if I'm feeling it. If I feel like I have the energy, I feel like gameplay is a good decision today because a lot of people are gonna be looking for gameplay. And then we have a God of War upload that we'll probably do at like the end of the day. I'll like redirect everybody to it. I think I want to just change the order slightly. Creature and I were discussing this morning what order should we go with, and I don't think we should go from this stream to an upload to another stream where we discuss it. I like that gives Mike and I an opportunity to get set, but I don't think breaking up the flow that we have right now, I don't think we should do that. Member count? Total member count, let's see. 116. We're probably close to 1,800, I would think. Maybe. Let me check. Haven't been able to find any criticism for Hogwarts other than simply some desiring co-op and multiplayer. You know, it's funny, like, that's where most of my criticism lands. That's where a lot of my criticism lands. It's like, I just wish I could play with other people. That feels like for me personally, that's a pretty big vacancy. We're at 1768. So we are 32 members away. We are 32 members away from 1,800. We hit 24.8 subscribers. You can subscribe to my channel totally for free. That doesn't cost anything. And we are on our way to a really big milestone. 25,000 subscribers is a really big milestone for YouTube. The Forbidden Forest takes me back to the first time I saw it in the Sorcerer's Stone. Yeah, just the signs outside and the little bridge. Yeah. It looks cool. You said Hogwarts is one of the most watched on Purple. What about YouTube? Do we have info on that? It didn't set any records for live streams on Purple because there's no drops over here. And they, anytime you funnel viewership to a platform like that, it's going to really, really inflate numbers. So I need some Quidditch, and it'll outsell Zelda. I think Zelda is going to do really, really well commercially. I don't know. I think Hogwarts Legacy stands to be the top-selling game of the year. I do. If it can land on PS4, Xbox One, and the Switch and run well, I think it's going to crush. Yo, 5 more gifted members. You guys are so generous. We literally keep our member count high purely off of members that are gifted. You guys, if you can afford your own membership, try and do that to free up space so that we're not so dependent on gifteds. But my gosh, do we have a generous community here. John Collins gifts 5, goes to Jan, Javon, Claxor, UK Crits, and Destrian. Welcome in. I will be playing some Hogwarts Legacy this evening with my wife. Should be hilarious. News just in, Zelda will do well commercially. I don't have any doubt that it'll do well commercially. I'm thinking which one will sell more copies, Hogwarts or Zelda. I actually think it's going to be a close race, but I think Hogwarts will ultimately win. It's just it's got so many other platforms in its corner. Just the ability for Hogwarts to land on PC, the PS4, and the PS5, that's a huge advantage in the contest. That's a humongous advantage. The PS4 platform and the PC, that has so many potential sales. And the fact that it already had almost 500,000 people playing it, it had almost 500,000 people playing it in the week of early access, that is something. I think it's closer than you think, TBH. I might even lean Zelda. PS4 and Switch is a cheat code. Yeah, I don't know, Wheezy. The fact that Hogwarts gets to land on the Switch, the PlayStation 4, and PC, that's a big head start. And during early access on PC, they were competing with Dota 2. Like, I don't know. I think this game is going to be kind of bonkers commercially. It already is kind of bonkers commercially. It hasn't even officially launched yet. Like, this weekend, I think, is going to be a pretty big indication. The biggest thing standing in this game's way for being the #1 seller of the year is if it performs poorly over the weekend on Steam, it'll get shredded by the reviews, and that'll hurt it. And then if it runs poorly on the old gen systems and the Switch, yeah, that'll really hurt it. I don't think it's going to run that poorly on Steam, given the concurrent player numbers that it's already hitting, right? I think people are overstating the problems on PC. I don't think, if a game ran that poorly, I think it would have declined very quickly. It would have declined very, very quickly. Diablo may outsell. Yeah, Diablo has a really big advantage because it's one of the more faster selling franchises when it goes on sale, and it's going to be on PC next gen systems. Diablo's not going to land on the Switch though, or old gen, right? Wait, is Diablo going to be on the PS4 and Xbox One? It will? Oh, okay. Yeah. Diablo might actually be the top seller then, now that I think about it. Pokemon game was crap, says Wheezy. After seeing Pokemon Violet and Scarlet selling 21 million copies in 6 weeks, I think Zelda has a chance to really take off. I don't know if Zelda has the pull that Pokemon does, though. Zelda pulls. But does Zelda pull anywhere near what Pokemon pulls? What's Breath of the Wild's total sales right now? Right? Breath of the Wild total sales. By 2022, it sold more than 30 million copies. Oops, that's old. I was ending the stream. Between 25 and 30 million, according to this report. Dead Island 2 will outsell. No, it won't. No, it won't. Dead Island 2 won't even be on a top 5 list this year. What the frick are you talking about? Dead Island 2 will not even be on a top 5 sales list this year. It won't even touch the top 5. It'll get outsold by Zelda, Hogwarts, Diablo, Final Fantasy 16, Starfield, Spider-Man 2. Not even close. As I saw, Breath of the Wild was at 29 million. Yeah, the thing I found said 30 million. Yeah, 30 million. So So if Breath of the Wild sold 30 million, and then Pokemon sold 20 million in 6 weeks, I don't know. I don't know if Zelda has that same pull. Zelda pulls. Zelda pulls. You should stream some Ultra Kill. I played that once and streamed it once, I believe. Not even a big Harry Potter guy, but the game has been incredible all week with great reviews. Pokemon just on one console hurts it. I don't think Pokemon's total sales and commercial success is hurt at all by being on just one console. Obviously, if it was on PlayStation and could not perform like dog water, because the Switch is actually, I think, hurting its performance quite a bit, it probably could be very good, but Pokemon's insane. Zelda didn't pull until Breath of the Wild, which is why I think it might. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that obviously is going to play a part, Wheezy. I'm not going to disagree. But I will say this. I do think one of the biggest things that might hurt Tears of the Kingdom is how much it looks like the first game. I'm going to say it. I think the name's going to hurt it. I think people are going to think... I'm dead serious. I think people are going to think it's DLC. They're going to think it's DLC. Like, people thought Tiny Tina's Wonderlands was DLC, right? Like, I think people are going to be like, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. They're going to see the trailers, and they'll be like, oh, is that DLC for Breath of the Wild? Why is it $70? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how much that's going to hurt it, but I do think that'll be a factor. Because, listen, I mean, people are dumb. Like, if it was Breath of the Wild 2, there's no doubt in anybody's mind what it is. If it was called Breath of the Wild 2, then you remove all doubt. When you call it Tears of the Kingdom and you trot out trailers that make it very, very clear that this game is in the same world and map as the first game, and you see a lot of the same enemies, I don't know, man. You see that big red moon. There's a very, very there's a chance that people forget, or not forget, that they get like. They might get confused. People didn't think God of War Ragnarok was DLC. They called it DLC. Very different. God of War Ragnarok was DLC. Abe, shut up. People don't know you're joking. Yeah, people called it as a DLC to disparage it. Oh, for sure. Ignoramuses with a lack of critical thinking called it that. Yes. It's not that they're dumb. I just think people don't read. It's just so easy for people's perceptions to be formed by things out of your control. Right? It's really easy for somebody's perception of your game to be formed by stuff out of your control. So you look at Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and you're like, oh, those guys look familiar. Oh, the Red Moon's still there. Oh, Hyrule's still there. Oh. Is that DLC? You see what I'm saying? Like, there was no doubt when you saw God of War Ragnarok and you saw the snow and the world and everything else, you're like, oh yeah, that's a brand new game. Because it went from God of War to God of War Ragnarok. It probably would have helped even more. Again, a number. You have a number. You also have to understand, people don't eat, sleep, and breathe video games like we do here. They just don't know. Personally, I don't have issues with the PC version. I'm pretty much brute forcing the game through my 4090, but a few friends are having performance problems with even 30 series cards. Yeah, I'm hoping for a day one patch or some day one drivers, Karen. I am. That's probably Karan Singh. Starlink should do well on Xbox, but it's exclusive. Lots of hype. Oh, Starfield, I think you mean. When you start losing XP, money, or something for dying, and you have to traverse from Bonfire, then that's a different story. Oh, I don't know why. Why are you talking about a Souls game? Sorry if I'm late with questions. I'm a truck driver, so I'm driving, can't message. But there's an update for God of War. I don't know. I have a video speculating on all the things that might be happening. That'll go live on my channel later. Yeah. There's a big marketing push coming for that game, and we're not really sure why. Big marketing push coming, and I've got a video coming later about it. Noonien Singh. Still love that character from Star Trek? No. No. The game uses a lot of VRAM, so 30 cards with 8 gig VRAM could be maxing out if you're playing it at 1440. Hogwarts tweeted yesterday, for PC players playing Hogwarts Legacy with an NVIDIA video card, there's a GeForce Game Ready driver update available to enhance your experience, driver version 528.49. So apparently there is a driver update. So if you're on an NVIDIA card and you're having issues with Hogwarts Legacy, then, yeah, make sure your drivers are up to date. The only Zelda game I've ever owned was Wind Waker, and I never got into it because I couldn't figure out what to do. And you're missing out. You should have made Link and Zelda look older. Maybe give him a cool beard. I mean, as a content creator and as somebody that's been on YouTube for a while, my general view of how to handle information, how to handle, thumbnails and stuff is this is not me being insulting. You have to treat people like they're stupid. And it's not because they're stupid. It isn't. When you use technology, you behave in like instinctive, almost animalistic. You basically act like you're stupid. I do. I don't know about you, but I do. I act like I'm dumb when I use technology. I misspell stuff knowing that autocorrect will fix it. I search for things all chopped up and misspelled when I go on Google. I'll open up an app and it's like, do you want to hear about our new features? And I'm like, get out of my way, like a caveman. Ugh. And I like close it. I'm like, stop it. Get out of my way. Like, I turn into a brute when I interact with technology. So generally with, titles of streams and thumbnails and things like that, like I tell Creature, I tell my producer, I'm like, it's the monkey brain of the internet. Like, the internet makes you act like you have a monkey brain. It makes you think very simplistically, right? And so when you're naming your video game, and instead of calling it Breath of the Wild 2, you're going to call it Tears of the Sun, people are going to be like, is it DLC? Why would they charge $70 for a DLC? Like, that's what people will do. They'll talk and think and conclude things like a dum-dum. Like, that's just the way that it is. Did I say Tears of the Sun? I keep freaking doing that. Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom. I keep freaking doing that. Sorry, I had a big crush on Monica Bellucci as a kid. It's baked into my brain at this point. This game is amazing. Oh, I agree. Hogwarts has far exceeded my expectations. They've also repeatedly said no DLC plans. Yeah, I addressed that in the video, Eugene. Yeah. Tears of the Kingdom, starring Bruce Willis and Link. When people keep misnaming your game title, that's a sign of a bad title. Yeah, Tears of the is just not a good lead-in, because aren't there tons of things that have used that as the preamble to their title? Tears of the. Lono, what if Zelda was a girl? I know, man. That'd be pretty progressive. It turns out the sun is the final boss, and you're just spoiling it. No one's going to blame you for liking Bellucci. Was that her? Holy frickin' moly. Zelda is a girl? It's a meme. It's a meme, DSP Prime. It's a meme. It's a joke. They're not planning DLC, then why is there additional content section to the main menu? Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking about God of War Ragnarok. Yeah, I think there's DLC coming. I think there's expansive content coming for Hogwarts Legacy. No microtransaction store, no cosmetic store, but I think there's going to be additive content for sure to this game. Yes. This is why 30 cards have an issue. Hogwarts Legacy VRAM usage is extremely high, especially when enabling ray tracing. Oh, so if you're having trouble on PC, the first thing I would do is turn off ray tracing. Someone whip up a fake thumbnail that says Reforge reviews Tears of the Sun. That's right. Low-hanging fruit for Quidditch content. Yeah, I talked about that yesterday. You're literally at the School of Hogwarts for 5 minutes, and the headmaster draws your attention to Quidditch. Come on, dude. Like, by the way, guys, thank you so much for this over here. Just so you guys can see this, we are 4 away from 125 members, which means I will owe you 25 members. I gift near the end of the stream to reward the people that are the most loyal. The more often you watch and like, pressing the thumbs up button, hit subscribe, talk in my chat, the more likely you'll get a gifted membership. So make sure and do that right now while you have time. We only need 20 more likes on the video for 500 likes. I've never seen a game use this much RAM. Something's up with the port. I hope a day one patch fixes things. Yeah, it does seem like... It just seems odd. Why would you need that much VRAM? Especially if it's going to be on old-gen consoles. Yeah, I've been meaning to watch that video, Teddy. I haven't had a chance to. Every time you say Tears of the Sun, all I think about is a book trilogy by Nora Roberts. Tears of the Sun, Jewels of the Moon, Heart of the Sea. I've never heard of that. For Hogwarts DLC, I'm thinking they're going to give me Quidditch or co-op play. I think Hogwarts Legacy at one point in time, yeah, it's going to get it. Oh, 2 people took a swing at it. Siege Master and Cardoc Ren doing 5 each, taking us to 131. Well, you might as well go to 150 now. Look what you did. Look what your generosity did. Richard Rodriguez, Michael Villegas, and Michael Silva, and Dark Knight, Bama Fan, and Optic Gamer, Zerika, Yedo-san, Thomas Seegers, and Storm's Prison. You guys all got gifted members. Welcome on in. You guys are the best. Really strong Friday here. Co-op dungeons would be insane for Legacy. Just being able to show somebody your room of requirement, exploring the school together, going out on missions together. Oh my gosh, it'd be so fun. It'd be so fun. No, Austin did not get a membership yet. We've been trying to get Austin Hunter a membership. We've been trying. Here comes 5 more from Kate. Yo, Kate, thank you so much. Taking us to 136 on the day. What a big number. Yo, Monica got one. Peyton Keith, Lester Garcia, Broken Surprise, and Shangles. You guys all got gifted memberships. Welcome on in. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support and the coverage. And the coverage? I'm doing the coverage. What am I saying? 141 on the total. 5 more coming in from my man Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf taking us to 141 members on the day. Gothier and Maximum Spider and Skatinator and Black Superman and A9 Asinine. So now those are some names I recognize. Black Superman, A9 Asinine, Maximum Spider used to have a different name and you changed it. I just forget what the original one was. Yeah, press the green button to start. Yeah, don't press this button. Software design tells you some people will press red. A lot of people will press red. Did you hear Sony doing a state of play late February, early Feb, and a PlayStation showcase before June by Insider Gaming? No, that's got to be new. Hey, thank you so much for becoming a subscriber. The Corgi Castle over here on the Tickety Talk. We're trying to get to 21 total subscribers on the tick. You got to hit that star button to do so. You can also come over to Reforge Gaming on YouTube and become a member as well. Off topic, have you seen the parody video? No, I've not seen that. Said it hours ago. Oh, yeah, I didn't see. Sorry. What time's the stream with Madam? 8 p.m. Eastern time. So no matter where you are in the world, that is 8 hours from now. 8 hours and 15 minutes from now. So look at your clock and add 8 hours. That's when I go live on Friday nights when I hang out with my wife. Sometimes I do a Friday night stream with Hilly. Tonight, we'll be having her play Hogwarts. I'll have her make a character and get sorted. I'll be sure to make sure and boot up on my other, I think on my other PlayStation 5 and have her play on a different account. Just in case they ever add co-op. Just in case. I got you. Great content. Thank you. That's very kind. I appreciate that. They just announced it on Twitter. Okay. Wait, Sony just announced it on Twitter officially? Shall not kill sheep. Yeah, I accidentally blasted that yak. That was not on purpose. I was trying to move that rock. This is footage from yesterday. I kept sliding down the hill. People told me I couldn't do it yet, but I actually ended up figuring it out. You just have to you have to shoot the ball until you do the combo and it'll go blasting down. Any recommendations to where I could watch or listen to the Joe Rogan podcast? He said it was a parody. He was being silly. That if you want to listen to Joe Rogan's podcast, just go anywhere podcasts are and search for JRE or the Joe Rogan Experience. It's mini putt. Yeah. It reset and people thought I couldn't do it, so I ended up doing it again and then just being patient instead of I slid down and got in its way. Yeah. I slid down and got in the thing's way. Oh, he's on Spotify only? Oh, he puts clips on YouTube. That's right. My bad. He is exclusive to Spotify. He puts clips on YouTube. Yeah. My mistake. I see that dude's face everywhere, so I always forget that he's exclusive to Spotify. My daughter accidentally called it Spoofty once. Like, can you open the Spoofty app for me? I was like, Spoofty? She's like, yeah, the one that plays the music. I'm like, oh. I thought it was adorable. $140 million deal, crazy? That is crazy. If they threw even a fraction of that my way, I'd be like, all right, see you guys. Catch you on Spotify. I'll see y'all later. Your daughter's ahead of her time and she's already listening to Joe Rogan. No, she's not listening to Joe Rogan. She listens to music on Spotify. Oh my gosh. I'd sell out immediately. Yeah, I wouldn't even hesitate. I'm like, I'm sorry, what'd you say? Yeah, we'll give you a crispy 10 million. Okay, sure. Where do I sign? Yeah. That's fine. The stuff kids see on Tickety Talk's not good. Oh, I don't let her use that. She uses the Spotify app for music at bedtime. Grand opening, grand closing. That's right. The internet's gonna break today. Yeah, maybe. Can you live stream on Spotify? I believe that you can, but we haven't quite figured out how to do it yet. We tried to do it through, I don't know what the frick platform that was. There was a podcast platform that we tried to live stream on. It was terrible. It was not intuitive. Like, I couldn't have music in the background or some kind of nonsense. It was just my voice. And then there was something else. I had to use Podbean's interface, and after I was live for like an hour and a half or something, it shut off. I don't know. It was really weird. They sold a good game, but they underdelivered. Yeah, we're back with a different platform now. Our podcast is automatically monetized, so you should get ads, which helps me if you listen to it on Spotify. You can listen to Reforge Gaming content, obviously live here on the YouTube channel, but you can also throw it on Spotify. Like, you have to wait a day or two or whatever. Yeah, I get stuck here. I got stuck here. What are your thoughts on Ragnarok being at the Super Bowl event? I have an upload about that today. I have a video that'll be going live today about that. I'm getting ready to do a show with my boy 30 and So Gaming about Hogwarts Legacy. We're going to be talking about whether or not the game is worth it. Taking us really close to 150 members. That's 146. My man Mark Clark and the Funky Bunch. Thank you so much. It goes to Armored Galaxy, Brendan, Aaron Barnes, Jason Pryor, and Pipe76 Gaming. I think the problem with the way they do gifteds is you guys are going to have to hack your way through all the super loyal people. You're going to have to hack your way through the people that have... some of those names I've seen here multiple times this week. Oh, is that guy coming in and saying nasty stuff? It got pushed out by your subscription. How do you explain your purchase, your Hogwarts purchase to your trans friends? I don't, because I don't answer to them. I don't have to explain my purchases to anybody. The hubris in thinking that I would have to is an infection in your brain. Yo, 5 gifted members from Vengeance and 1 gifted member from Rockin' Robin. That's 6. That's going to take us to 152. 152 members on the day. That's a lot. Frick, how many do I owe you guys now? Is that 30? How many do I owe you? I owe you 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, I owe you 30. I owe you 30 members right now. My man Jay White coming in with 9 months. Yeah. How do I explain it to them? I asked them what house they chose. What house did you choose, baby? And they're like, Hufflepuff, you know how I do it. That's pretty much the conversation. There's a large, very local percentage of the trans community playing the game. Yeah, they're like, we're playing it. I love that. I love that paradox. Imagine telling them that they're imagine telling a trans person they're anti-trans. I love that paradox. I love all these straight, really angry white women. You're anti-trans. They're like, what do you mean? I am. I'm on the brute squad. They're like, I am. I can't be against myself. It's like, you know that scene in Fight Club where Edward Norton punches himself in the face? Like, that's what they think. They're like, you're beating yourself up and you don't even know it. They're so self-righteously condescending. You're actually against yourself and you don't know it. I'm on the brute squad. You are the brute squad. Oh my gosh. Oh, I gotta hop on this call and get this second stream set up, but I owe you guys 30 members. All right. I don't think my my camera's plugged in. Okay, he's ready. Right, give me 1 second. Well, man, 30 is ready. You guys are going to, I think you're going to like this stream with myself and 30 and So Gaming. If you're on the fence, if you want to share your thoughts on the game, is it good, is it bad, is it worth it, is it not, make sure and be here. It's going to be a second show, so we're going to need all those likes, all that support once again. We're 2 likes away from 500 likes, so stick around, don't go anywhere. Doc Dark will be on the show next week. Having him on today didn't make any sense. He hasn't even touched the game, and he has nothing really to say about the game. It's not really in his wheelhouse. So we'll be trying to do a show next week. I think we might end up doing a show next week about the buyout. That'll be pretty big news. That'll continue to sort of, get some traction. Give me 1 second here. Camera was plugged in. All right, you guys on the Tickety Talk, if you want to watch this show I'm about to do, it's going to be me and my friend 30 and So Gaming. If you want to debate how good the game is, head over to Reforge Gaming on YouTube. We'll be doing a stream over there. I can't do it on the Tickety Talk. I don't have a stream key over here yet. Hopefully we get one soon. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the memberships. Thanks for getting us back up to 9 out of 21 subscribers over here on the Tick. And I'm going to end that. Yeah, the game endangers your life. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it totally does. Oh, I don't even remember. No, Grant, I'm not going to let that joke in the chat. Okay, I gotta change the... No. I gotta change the audio input so I can hear my boy Mike. Like that. Oh, shoot. I'm not gonna be logged into Discord over here. I'll log out. scan QR code. Yep. How many subs have we gained today on YouTube? Oh, almost 40. Awesome. Okay. No, wait. We learned this last time. I have to turn on streamer mode or people will be frickin' DMing me during the show. Streamer mode enabled. Pop out. Full screen. All right, say something, Mike.
What's going on, everybody?
What's up? I'm going to disconnect the live show on Discord, guys. All right, and then let me do... All right. Can you see me, Mike?
Yep.
Okay. All right, guys, I owe you 30 members. Let me do it.
30 members. Good number. Good number.
Yeah, it is a good number. Not... Okay. Okay, I got to do a 20 and a 10. I'm going to reward the loyalty. I intentionally wait. We got... All right, there's the 20. I'll wait until they're all gone, and then I'll do a 10. Let me turn off this and makes your camera a little less...
Is this podcast going to take long? Because this is taking away from my time in Hogwarts.
Yeah. I've heard you're kind of hooked. I heard you're kind of hooked.
I'm closing in on 48 hours.
Wait, 2 framed. Right, hang on. Details. Date. Oh, man. I can't. Medium icons. I can't tell. Large icons.
I have not completed the main story, Chris. I'm 44, 45 hours in, and I just completed the second trial, and I've done a couple of extra relationship quests and whatnot. I don't want to say too much just because I don't want to ruin it, because I've been playing the game for almost a week. Meanwhile, people are just getting it today. So
yeah, and you've played more than me.
Yeah, I played an unhealthy amount.
Okay, there's my 20. Now I owe you guys 10. Did we get Austin yet? No, we didn't. I recognize all these names, though. Siegmatha and Sweatback. Yeah, I recognize these names. Okay, I got to do 10 more. Okay.
I got double audio. Where's that audio coming from?
Oh, I can mute.
No. I had your stream up, and I was hearing.
I was thinking when I do shows with Andrew, like if I do a screen share, I have to mute because I have like 2 people in the call that are me.
That's right. I'm actually, I haven't left at all. This beard I shaved before I started playing Hogwarts Creature, and it grew all back.
Okay, that's sad. There we go. There's all the members. That I was going to do.
I was in Hogwarts for like 21 hours.
Jeepers.
Just the castle. Just half the time I've been playing just the castle. I've gotten, I'm missing like 18 of the pages inside the castle. Such a good game. It's such a good game.
Okay. All right, I'm pinging the Discord. If you guys want to head to the show, I can redirect you, or you can click the link in chat. Do me a favor and get over there and smash the heck out of the like button so we don't have to ask for likes during the show. It's just not conducive to a show with another person. Be like, could guys give us some likes? Like, I don't like doing that.
Oh, let me go. I'll be right back.
Okay. Get some tweets sent. Okay. All right, tweet sent. I'll give it a retweet, and then we're going to start the show, guys. Be one of the few times we start the show on time. Wired Magazine gave the game a 1 out of 10. They said it's as heartless as its creator. Oh, golly.
Did they really?
Yeah. A 1 out of 10.
That's not a review of the game.
Nope.
I read another one like that too. They didn't give a score, but the whole article was just, I was like, this is not reviewing the game.
Okay, I'll spam the link one more time, guys, and then I'm going to sit here. I'll be silent for like 5 seconds, and we're going to start the show, and then I'll bring you over with a redirect. If redirect doesn't work for you, it'll be the featured video on my channel. Thanks so much for clicking on the video. We are going to be discussing, is Hogwarts Legacy worth it? Why is it good? Why is it getting so much praise? It's breaking records. It is selling well before its even official launch date. I've put in 7 or 8 hours. I'm closing in on maybe 10. And my man here, 30 and So Gaming, has put in even more time than me. We had to pull him away from the game to even do this show. So thanks so much, Mike, for taking a bit of a break from the game to talk with us today.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I love doing this stuff.
Yeah. I'm going to end the previous stream where I talked about all the records being broken, and I'm going to bring everybody over from the redirect.